The port strike on the East Coast is disrupting the entire supply chain in the US. But it's more than just a temporary work stoppage. It's actually a battle against automation. As AI continues to replace jobs, industries like shipping, logistics, and even office work are being impacted. And in this video, I'm going to show you why this moment should be a wake-up call for anyone in the US, and how starting your own business and potentially moving overseas could safeguard your future before automation takes over. I'm Justin Keltner, and on this channel, Entrepreneur Expat, we talk about all things related to moving overseas, growing a location-independent business, and being able to be a true citizen of the world. If that's something that interests you, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video, because we're posting content multiple times a week that I know you're going to love. In addition to that, if you could do us a favor and like this video, that would help us out a lot in our mission to reach 1 million entrepreneur expats and aspiring expats. If you're looking to even go deeper and take this to the next level, I also recommend that you download our Make Money from Anywhere guide right below this video. In that guide, you're going to learn all of the tactics and strategies that you need to know to be able to build an online business and career and really work from anywhere, including other countries around the world. Your business or financial means do not have to be tied to the country that you were born and raised in. You really can build a location-independent business, and we go into some of the first steps to do that in that Make Money from Anywhere guide, so make sure you grab your copy. Let's dive into some of what's going on right now, especially in the US, but really all over the world, which is there's this growing trend of automation, and that's what this port strike is all about. In addition to striking for higher wages and things like that, the main thing that they're going after here is these highly paid workers are concerned that all of the automations that they're introducing to these ports, whether that be unloading the containers, moving crates, all these other things that these machines are now starting to do, are going to take their jobs away. And the reality is, yes, they will. And that's just the reality of AI. If we look at AI as another technological revolution, very similar to the Industrial Revolution, it's going to take jobs, it's going to transform jobs, it's going to, in a lot of ways, just unravel the fabric of our society. And I'm not necessarily saying that that's a bad thing. We on this channel and in our different businesses are very big proponents of using AI, leveraging AI to make your life easier and to get your message out and to build your business in a way that does not require working 80 hours a week. But there definitely is going to be collateral damage. And unfortunately, in this case, there's about to be some very serious damage to the US economy. Because these port workers are going on strike, goods are going to be more expensive. A lot of perishable items are going to have to be thrown out. There's going to be huge delays in getting goods to the market, which, as I mentioned, is going to raise the prices. But the even bigger factor here is that this is just a sign, this is a canary in the coal mine, if you will, of what's to come with the economy. If you can automate something like unloading and loading a shipping container or a cargo ship, if you can automate, in many cases, even medical procedures and surgeries are now coming under the help and support of AI and AI-based tools, what is it that you really can't automate? And the answer is almost nothing. Now, every single career job on the face of the earth, except maybe some things that are very creative for a while, are going to start to be automated if they haven't already been automated. And this is just a sign of what's to come with the entire economy. And we don't really know as a society how we're going to respond to this, because like I said, it is the biggest thing since the Industrial Revolution, if not bigger. And it's going to start making some very big changes all across the board in every single industry. And there's really no escaping AI, and there's no escaping automation, no matter how much you strike or disrupt the economy. They're saying that in the next few months, this is going to be causing potentially $4.2 billion of damage to the economy. But guess what? That's not going to stop these ports from adding these automations in. It's not. This is just what's coming to the shipping industry, what's coming really to every single industry across the board. Even things like high-skilled tech jobs and programming are now being phased out in favor of automating most of their roles. So, what are some of the things that you can do as an entrepreneur expat to mitigate what's happening with AI and put yourself in a position where you're more likely to succeed and more likely to win? Well, number one, you have to start your own business. There's no longer these remote, cushy jobs that you can do from absolutely anywhere that are very easy to do. Jobs that are available mostly are coming in-house now, in office, and they're not letting you do those things remote because they know that people are taking advantage of the system, and also because they want control, and because the job market is getting so tight that they can basically demand whatever they want from their employers. So this idea of, hey, I'm just going to get a $150,000 a year tech job like you maybe once could during the pandemic or even for the year or two after, it's just not going to happen anymore. You need to start your own business and take the skills that you have, whether it's in high tech, whether it's in HR, whether it's in systems and manufacturing and process and optimization, all those different things, and consult for individuals or for other businesses with those skills, or do what we're doing and build leveraged programs that allow you to deliver your skill set one to many and get paid multiple times for you just showing up once. That's the way to do it. You want to create a business that's leveraged. You want to create a business that is scalable. That is one of the ways that you can avoid some of the consequences of AI happening to you and from your job being just completely phased out and automated. If they can do it to these port workers, then they can definitely do it to you. Number two is move outside of the US or Canada. You don't need to be in a very expensive place where the job that you do have, and especially the potential for jobs that you may have tomorrow when they start paying less and less for the same amount of work and prices go higher and higher, you want to really explore your options in terms of finding a place with a lower cost of living, and that's what we're all about here on Entrepreneur Expat. So if you're living in the West now, whether that's US, Canada, Australia, Western Europe, a lot of those high tax, high cost of living countries, consider moving to somewhere like Mexico, where we live, where the cost of living is significantly lower. We're paying now about a third or less on rent as we would spend in a big city in the US. We're not actually sacrificing anything to live here, which is kind of amazing if you think about it. The food quality's better, people are nicer overall, the weather's nicer, things just seem to work and use a lot more common sense than they do in the US. You have a lot more personal freedom and personal liberty. And so moving to a different country, whether that's Mexico, whether that's Colombia, whether that's maybe Central Europe, where costs are lower and, like I said, those personal freedoms are higher, that may be a very good option for you right now. And the first step to doing that is definitely building your remote income. So make sure you check out that Make Money from Anywhere guide below this video, because that's going to show you exactly how to get started. And when you do move overseas and you do build a business that's not dependent on you being in any specific location, what that enables you to do is, if things change in that country that you decide to move to, you're not stuck there. You're not a tree with roots that you can't be uprooted and move somewhere else. Amanda and I, for example, may not stay in Mexico forever. In fact, we probably won't stay here forever. We're looking at it now as a place that we enjoy. The cost of living is reasonable. Politics aren't super crazy here like they are in the US, but that may change with this incoming president or incoming government or the rules that they've put in place. We don't really know. But if things do change for the worse in the next 2 to 3 years, it's very easy for us to leave. And at that point, we'll already have or be really close to having another passport, which is the Mexican passport. So we're going to have 2 passports, residency, and be able to move or live almost anywhere at that point, because our business is location independent. So that's another big factor, is when you start to take those steps and you build your location independent life and business, you're no longer constrained by the actions of any one government or strikes on the ports or the economy or whatever that local political or economic climate is, you're a lot more free. And that's really what we're all about here at Entrepreneur Expat. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to download that Make Money from Anywhere guide below, and we will see you again very soon.